All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. I think I'm here. Let's see if I'm showing up. All righty. Okay. So I'm doing a quick live stream, checking some things out, testing some stuff. And I guess I'm back in the stream. So I'm not quite sure what exactly is going on with my overlay. I am doing this awesome solo version. And I'm having a few technical difficulties, so I apologize for that. So we'll just go ahead and jump in here and start talking, see how it goes, and what's going on. So I can't see the Facebook, and according to my StreamYard, it's not showing me up in the live view, I guess. So you're looking at me or you're looking at my overlay. Like I said, normally when we do the keystroke medium stuff, Josh or somebody else starts things. So I'm practicing getting back in here. Anyway, so here's what we're talking about today. Recently, as most people know, we're still looking at my overlay. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure that out. There we go. Hopefully you could hear me the whole time. That was actually a fairly easy click of a button fix. So here we are in my super fancy office that I have. It's actually the guest room, as you can tell, and I was going to make the bed before I started this, but I didn't because I'm super organized today. Anyway, so I'd like to talk a little bit about writing full-time and my decision to be here. It has always been my plan. I recently retired after 26 years on the police department, and I gave my notice. I didn't talk about it a lot at work, and they were kind of like, "Oh, you're going to retire?" And I said, "Yeah." And I went and talked to the new chief who had just got here, and I said, I really like to stay and see how things are going. I think there's going to be some good stuff happening for the department, but I have to do this because this is my dream and I've been working for it. And he goes, "No, you got to follow your dream. You got to do all that stuff." And he says, "So when are you going to leave?" And I said, January 6th or January 7th, actually. And he was like, "Oh," because this was like into December. So now here I am. It's a little nerve wracking. So far, it feels pretty good to be going full time. I'm focusing on making sure that I'm actually producing more than I was when I was doing the day job and whatnot. I'm just reading your comments on StreamYard, so I just see everybody as Facebook user unless you click the little thing to show who you are. So I apologize if it sounds awfully impersonal. I do appreciate everybody's help with getting my camera going. So real quickly, my basic fear was that when I started, I was like, was already pretty productive when I was working a full-time job. And I thought, well, if I retire or change careers and to go full-time and I don't increase my productivity, then what was the point? I could have just kept having the two incomes. Thank you. Facebook user says, "Love your books." So I'm looking to see if I can find the chat in Facebook so I can see who everybody is. One second. It's hard to double task here. I'll have to bring on a helper next time. We're all NPCs, correct? So I'm fairly disciplined. Everybody knows that has watched the Keystroke Medium channel or knows me personally with the writing. And I write early. I try to set up the same type of environment. I use music with my sound canceling headphones. I'm very goal oriented. Lauren says that, yes, I should take care of myself a little bit better and get some sleep. And that is absolutely true. I haven't quite got that worked out, but I do. I've been getting up about 4:30 naturally because my clock is set that way after so many years of setting the alarm at 4:00. And, but so I have my alarm set for 6:00 because I got to get the kids up to go to school and whatnot. And, so I just wake up when I wake up, and it's usually about 4:30. Hey, Michael, good to see you here. Appreciate you checking in. So I guess let's skip straight to the results. I've been talking about how I was nervous about not being productive. And during the first week, I went from in 2020, let's go way back. In 2021, my average writing words per day was about 16 or 1700 words. I had some slow spots there, but that was enough to get quite a few books published and to be fairly successful and to earn the type of money I needed at the time. Give thanks to some really good opportunities with Jay and Cheney and variant books and Athon books and a little bit of my own stuff. And so in 2022, I managed to get it all the way up to almost 2,200. I was focusing really hard because I knew I was getting ready to make the leap and I wanted to get off on a good start, but I didn't have the success I wanted. I was really always aiming for 3,000 to 5,000 a day. So far, I think right now my average is about 3,700 words per day since I went full time. So that's a significant improvement. I really want it to be at least double, so at least 4,400 per day. I have 3 projects I'm working on, actually 4 technically. I'm wrapping up Galactic Shield with Jeff Cheney. We are stopping at 4 books for that. The 4th book is done. I'm proofreading and sending it to the editor here in a day or so. And then we're starting a new series, which I don't know if we're talking about the title yet because we tend to change that, but it's going to be more of a space exploration, adventure, space opera type thing. We're going to steer away from the police procedural aspect in Galactic Shield. I think it's selling pretty well. I'm very happy with it, but it doesn't quite get the same love as other books that Cheney has collaborated on right now. So while I think it's actually one of the best things I've written for a really long time, that doesn't always matter. It didn't connect with the readers like I'd hoped. So we're doing this new thing. So book 3 comes out the end of this month. Book 4 will come out early March. And then I need to be moving into the next series because one of the keys to making a sustainable living as a writer is you can't have huge gaps between your launches. Now, whether that's you do a book every 4 months or every 3 months, you have to have some kind of, I know what a 2 or 3 month gap will do to my income over time because it always degrades a little bit. So thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. I'm glad you love Galactic Shield. Mark Boyette did the narration, and I was amazingly happy with how he did for that. If you can, if I've been having problems getting my volume right and my distance from the mic on some of our other podcasts. So if I'm too loud or too quiet, can you put something in the comments? That'd be fantastic. So the point of that is that I have 2 books done and waiting to be published while I start writing on the next ones. I'm also working on, thanks, Josh. Appreciate the sound advice. The sound advice. That sounds like a double meaning. So I have a trilogy that I signed with Athon that I've been working on for quite a long time. And I want to get that done because I really like that. That one's about cyborg assassins and kind of an evil protectorate government and everything that could go wrong with that. And it should be a lot of fun as well. I'm about halfway through or a quarter way through the 2nd book. I'm hoping for a spring relaunch of that trilogy and then wrapping up some of my own books with the Blue Sun Armada. So that's kind of my updates. The writing is going okay. Like I said, the production has increased, so I feel pretty good about that. My finances haven't crashed and burned because it hasn't been long enough for that to happen. So still doing fairly well there. We just bought a new house, so it's not really the best time to make a major move, but when is the perfect time to make a major move like that? So we're doing that. Health-wise, I feel a lot better. Yes, for the question in my comments there, the Reaper series is complete at 15 books. We initially stopped it at 10. So that series was written in 5 book arcs. So each 5 books is kind of its own series, but they should flow together pretty seamlessly. Excuse me. But yeah, the 15th that's the end of that one. Although I still really love all those characters. Some of my absolutely most favorite times I've had writing have been doing the last Reaper series. I feel a lot different. It's been weird. A lot of people that leave a long career or the military or law enforcement will realize because it becomes your identity. And I was really worried about that being a problem. and it hasn't been too bad. Sometimes I'll see some updates and I feel like, I should be helping out with whatever's going on. Like if there's a homicide or a major crime or something or missing person, you see the things on Facebook and you're like, well, I should be helping. But I realize that you can't do the job forever. There's plenty of new people. One of my most fulfilling things as a police supervisor was mentoring people. And I have a lot of great people that are doing fantastic work. And I have complete confidence that they'll make the department better over the years to come. There's a big challenge nationwide for law enforcement, obviously, because you can't recruit anybody. When I got on in 97, there was like 800 people or 750 some people that applied for the job. They took 29. Nowadays, you're lucky to get 200. And currently we've been trying to fill classes of 40 people in our academy. And I think the class is just starting has like 13 people. And some of that's because people don't come with the right qualifications. Like you have to have a driver's license and some things like that. But I think the big thing is the police career is really under attack for various reasons. Some of it they did it themselves. Some of it is it's just not a popular career field to go into, and it's hard to get anybody to take the job. So that's a whole different podcast. We're going to steer away from that for now. But I do miss my friends there, but I also feel a huge relief. I went to the doctor to get a tetanus shot, and they took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure had come down quite a bit. And that was good. So it's like tangible proof that it's all doing great, that it's so far been the right move. Now I have time to do things like a quick video blog update. I've done 2 weeks with Keystroke Medium, so we're back into doing that, which I really enjoy. I'm planning to go to 20 books again this year, which is always one of my favorite times of the year because you see so many of your writer friends there. And that's about it. So I'm going to wrap it up probably with this, unless somebody has any questions or anything they want to talk about. Walt, glad to see you here. That first few weeks was weird, except for the workload, which kept me. Yeah. So if people don't know Walt, he, I think, also went full-time recently and has been writing like a maniac to make it work, which is kind of what you have to do. I have mostly cleaned out the garage, enough to use it, so I can get my car inside. So that's good. All right. Well, cheers, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk some more. I'll probably bring some of my friends on to chit chat here and there, and maybe have some useful content. So if you have things you'd like me to talk about on my little YouTube show about writing or stories or whatever, throw them in there, and we'll talk about them. So thanks, everyone, and thanks for the compliment on Galactic Shield. I really appreciate it. More than you can know. So thank you again. And everybody take care, be safe, and we'll see you next time.